Hey food fans, welcome back to Then We Eat. Today we're doing something a little different. We're working outside. It's a beautiful day, and with the humidity, we didn't want to heat up the house. So in today's episode, we'll be pickling some jalapenos. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the stove going, and then we're going to go pick the jalapenos. The mix we're using is a little different than most. Most call for half water and half vinegar. We prefer a little more tang, so we're going to use about a 66 to 33% mix instead. We've already had some done, so we're just going to go ahead and dump it in. We'd already done some jalapenos a couple of weeks ago. And then we'll add, we figure we're going to need about 2 cups of vinegar and a cup of water. And to that, we're going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of salt. They call for a full tablespoon per cup, but we cut it back a little bit just to pretend we're healthy. And that's it. So we're going to bring that up to a slow simmer, and the other pot we're going to bring the water up to a boil so that we can put the jars in it once they've been packed with the jalapenos. So we're going to go off and do the jalapenos, and we'll be back. So welcome back. We've got the jalapenos now have all been picked. We've washed them and they've been sitting in ice water for about a half an hour. We also did the jars off camera. We sterilized them so they're ready to go as well. And we've peeled some garlic for each of the jars. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 cloves of garlic in each jar, and then we'll just pack as many peppers as we can to fill up the jars, and then top them up with the liquid that we made earlier. I normally put 1 garlic in the bottom and then another one in the top. I don't think it really matters. The other thing is, don't throw the garlic out when you're done. It tastes really good when you're at the bottom of the jalapenos. Oh, looks like we're gonna come up a little short on jalapenos, so we'll go do a few more and then we'll finish off from there. I should note also that we do our jalapenos whole. So when we do them, we just take a knife and score the sides of them in a couple of places so that the brine can get into them. You can do rings as well, or do 1-inch rings or even 1/4-inch rings. We just prefer them this way because then we can make whatever size we need. Okay, so we've done a few more jalapenos up, so we should be able to fill the jars. A couple of things I should point out. One is I'm not wearing gloves. I've never been very good at that when I'm dealing with jalapenos. But even at that, make sure you don't touch your face because there is a lot of heat from the juice of the jalapenos and you can burn yourself pretty bad. We could probably get a couple more in the jars, but I think I'm going to leave it there. And a little garlic on top, and we'll be ready to fill the jars. So we've got a water bath on the side. Once the jars have been filled, we put the lids on. We'll put them in the water bath for about 10 minutes or so, take them out, and then within about a couple of hours, all of the lids should pop. You should hear them, or at least you'll be able to see the center ring will be popped down. All right, so now we're going to put the brine into the jars. Little canning funnel like this makes it much easier to get the liquid into the jar. Be careful too, because they're very hot at this point. And these are just a little pair of canning scissors, I guess, that we'll use to put them in and out of the pot. Don't fill the jars right to the very top with the brine. If it gets too close to the very, very top, the lids will start to rust. Well, it appears I judged a little wrong. We need to make up a little bit more brine. What we'll do is we'll continue on here. We can do the extra jars off camera. I mean, you've seen the process, it's not any different. So we're just gonna leave the jars in the boiling water for, as I say, about 10 minutes or so. We'll take them out, they're good to go. We normally leave them at least a month and normally 6 weeks before we start to use them. That gives it time to get all the flavors kind of going, etc. I should point out, one of the reasons that we put the jalapenos in the ice bath was to make them as cold as possible so that when they're put in the boiling water, they don't get really soft. You'll find in the 4 to 6 weeks I mentioned that they still have pretty crisp texture to them. All right, the jars have been in the water for about 10 minutes, so we can take them out now. Once I've taken them out, we just want to check to make sure the lids aren't loose. So we'll just give them a little snug up and they're ready to go. Hot. All right, so we're basically done. So in 4 to 6 weeks, they'll be ready. They should still have a nice crisp texture. So first we cook, then we wait 4 to 6 weeks, then we eat. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.